Thanks for joining me again. We have new music from the band The Deer Hunter, one of my favorite bands. I only listened to this yesterday while having dinner, and it was pretty cool, so I thought I would just go through the first track from the album and see if there are any cool chords and any cool theory going on. So let's do it. The start sounded like D and C, and then when we came into the tune we're in G. Cool theory going on here. Should we break it down? Let's do it. Okay, so we're in the key of G, but then we have F to E major. So what's really happening here? Lots of people probably try and explain this in different ways, but we've got some fives happening. So what I mean by that is we're in G, and our target chord is E minor, even though it doesn't happen. That's the target chord. So what we got essentially is a 5 of E. But we have a tritone substitution of that. Down there. That tritone substitution. But when we land there, we don't get the E minor we deserve. We get E, which is the 5 of the 2 chord. So it's like a big roundabout to get to this 2 chord. So we get tritone sub of secondary dominant, but then 5 of 2. And we finally get like a normal landing. And then we get the minor 4. Which everyone's probably pretty used to from like Creep or any other million songs that use it. It sounds like C over D. To D. C over D to D.
So what will you grow now from these magic beats? Because your mind starts to step into the sky. Take you higher than ever you
Cool. So rather than trying to play his solo, let's Let's look at how you'd play over that. So if we were playing in G, right, you've got your... You'd have like an F major, F dominant, sorry, G dominant, because it's that F is, even though it's like acting like a tritone sub of second G dominant, it's actually borrowed from, it's more of a modal change from the F Mixolydian scale. You can kind of hear, and then when we hit the E, you technically got this A melodic minor scale. The reason being, think of the mode that should be there. It should be like an A Dorian sound. But that E raises the seventh, so we get this melodic minor over the E. So you get F major to, sorry, did I say F? G major to F. Sorry, man, I'm a bit tired. G major to G Mixolydian. Then when it hits the E, that sound there is actually, like, you could play an arpeggio, but the full mode is an A melodic minor. And then when we hit the A, A Dorian or G major again, and then C. You got a couple options here. You could think of it as borrowed from the parallel minor, which would mean that you would be playing from G minor. Back to G major. Or you can think of it again as melodic minor, that you're borrowing from C melodic minor, which gives you more of those G major notes. Which is what I think is happening. So again, you got G major, G Mixolydian. I would think of this as like an A melodic minor. Is that mixo flat 6? Yeah, so E mixo flat 6 to A Dorian, or just back into key into G, and then you got C melodic minor. There we go. I played the parallel there and that worked. So maybe it's that. But both work. I just did the opposite, then it still works. So that's the ending part there. You got this. Bit of chromaticism, bit of minor, bit of he didn't major. Anyway, that song is cool. If you haven't listened to The Deer Hunter yet, or you haven't checked out this EP, you got to do it. It's very good. And they're a great band. So if you haven't checked out more of their music, you should check out more of their music as well. Thanks for joining me for that one. That was a bit wild. I'm a bit tired. And I hope to see you in another video where I'm a little bit less tired. Thanks.